Santa Claus is a psyop.
Yeah, Santa Claus is fake. UFOs probably real.
How about that, man?
Oh my God! When that guy was talking, when he was explaining that we've retrieved vehicles of non-human origin
and pilots,
dude. Yeah,
pilots.
Yeah,
it is astounding.
Military whistleblower claims U.S. has UFO retrieval program. Air Force veteran David Grush claims the government is covering up UFOs. Grush claims he has seen evidence of a secret crash retrieval program. He alleges the U.S. has even retrieved bodies from other species. That lady looks like an alien. A little bit like a hot older alien. She wants to tell you that you're making big mistakes, Duncan.
Yeah. You're making mistakes.
You come to Alpha Centiculi with me.
That'd be wild if aliens look like her.
Yeah, like a hot, like Sigourney Weaver in her prime alien that comes to visit you.
Please, that would be the best.
Like Sigourney Weaver from Alien.
Amazing.
Oh my God. You know, people don't talk about that when they talk about like female heroes of major blockbuster films. Like, that's the big one.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver in Alien, that's the big
best.
one. Because you believe every second of it. It is completely inconsequential that she's a woman in that movie. That's Aliens. It starts getting sketchy.
I liked Aliens. Aliens was cool.
Here's the problem with Aliens. Why are they so hard to kill in Alien, but so easy to kill in Aliens?
They got better weapons.
And then the big mama can't deal with the fucking slow-moving mechanical robot thing.
You're right. You're totally right. Because like the first thing was like indestructible.
Yes,
there
clever.
Was no hope. Clever.
Yeah.
It was it just the opposite of humanity.
It hid in the escape capsule.
Yeah, brilliant.
Remember, she has to kill it and shoot it out into space.
Yeah.
Bro.
Have you heard? Okay, here is a nerdy breakdown of Alien that I heard, which is really interesting. Which is horror movies. I think this is like Robert McKee. He teaches about writing scripts. Horror movies follow this very predictable pattern, and there are all these things that are across the board in horror movies, and one of them is you can't call your mom. So, and what was the name of the ship in Alien? Mother.
Yeah.
And so like there's all these like recurring like archetypical things that pop up in horror movies that freak people out. Big one is you can't call mommy anymore. You're like, ooh. Yeah. So you kind of get that in there. It's so creepy.
It's so creepy that we're at this time where all this UFO information is coming out, but yet people are still like very reluctant to buy into it or even give it attention. It's interesting.
It's interesting.
People are like, can't be bothered.
Dude.
Can't be bothered.
Listen, because I'm obsessed with it, I've like it's the reaction when you start telling someone, there's now seemingly credible evidence that we have alien spaceships, and to watch them be like, okay. It's so weird, dude. And it's so weird that like now it's getting picked up by the mainstream media, but there was this insane pause in no one was taught, like it went nowhere. And isn't this, if this is true, the most astounding thing in human history? Like it's one of the top three?
It's the most astounding thing. Because it's the thing that everybody has always wondered, are we alone? Not only are we not alone, but some people know we're not alone, and they're not sharing it with everybody else because they want to profit.
Yeah.
Because they want to back engineer these things, because they want it for national security reasons, because they want to protect us from the possibility that China gets this technology or Russia gets this technology, and then everybody has spaceships. But you're not the decider. You don't get to decide whether or not human beings go from cradle to the grave without information that you have that would literally change the way we think about the universe itself. Like for you to hold on to that because you want to win, get the fuck out of here. And if this is really, if some sort of defense contractors are actually involved in this, I mean, they can't look. I don't know anything about what I'm talking about.
Right.
But when you say the government, oh, the government's back engineering UFOs. When you say the government's building secret hypersonic ships that defy visual, you can't take photos of them, you can't take videos of them, they fly through the sky at insane rates of speed. Who's making that? It's not them. What do you mean the government? What do you mean? They don't have the capability to construct those things. You have to go to defense contractors.
Right.
You have to go to the people that make those things.
Course.
Like, buddy, why you got to do it by yourself? Listen, I know you don't trust us because we're not the government, but listen, we work together here.
Yeah.
We're going to shut the fuck up too. Yeah. Everybody will shut the fuck up. We'll make this thing. Right. Come on, you're going to fuck it up and then China's going to win.
Right.
Like, yeah, you got a good point. Got a good point, guys. Let's all get together. Right. So if you have a spaceship from another planet, I do not think that if you're actively trying to back engineer that thing that you're not going to involve defense contractors.
Right.
You're not gonna involve people that make jets. You're not gonna bring them in.
No, you have to.
Of course, 100%.
Yeah.
So then it becomes a thing with them. Imagine them holding on to that.
Right.
That's this is their responsibility. Like, we have the information that would literally change mankind.
Yeah.
I have to lie to my mom. You know, you're sitting there having a whiskey with the guys after work. You know, I gotta lie to my mom.
Yeah.
My mom wants to believe that aliens are real, and I'm like, come on, Mom, it's all horseshit. Meanwhile, I'm looking at alien spacecrafts 7 days a week.
Right.
Like, what are we doing, guys?
And all the implications of that. Right. Like, the spaceships are the tip of the fucking iceberg. Yeah. Like, we don't know motivation. We, like, you know, assuming all of this stuff is real, now the question is, well, what do they fucking want?
Well, there's all this talk of multiple species too. So when we say they, it's like, which ones are we talking about? Because if you want to go into the motherfucking rabbit hole, right? If you're going to go deep in the rabbit hole, there's multiple things. There's like the grays that everybody talks about, and then there's another thing called the tall whites. The people have described them. They almost look like Scandinavian or something like that, like pale skin.
Are these the Nords?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
That's, and they think that there's different, like, some alien life is probably, 100,000 years ahead of us, 700,000 years ahead of us, 1,000,000 years ahead of us. But some alien life is probably millions and millions of years ahead of us. They probably don't want to fuck with us anymore.
Right.
But I bet the intermediate classes, I bet they're like the watchdogs for the universe.